Secretary Bessent, thank you so much for welcoming us back here to the U.S. Treasury. This was a very exciting week for the administration. You know, we heard about the Trump accounts, but we had some very big announcements this week, including someone who sat right beside you, Nicki Minaj, now getting into the mix of things. Why are these Trump accounts so important to the future of this country?
These Trump accounts are a new way of spreading the great wealth of this country to everybody. 38% of Americans do not own stocks. And what we are doing for the next 4 years, thanks to the president, that every child born from January 1st, 2025 to Dec 31, 2028 is going to be given a $1,000 seed investment by the government into an account, and that will grow. It'll go into an index fund. So everyone will own part of the American dream, our great innovation, our economic engine. And then also for people like you, with children under 18, you can open Trump accounts for your children, contribute tax-free into them, up to $5,000, parents, family, friends. Where also employers can contribute, which we think is going to be big. What President Trump has done here, he's done the biggest merger in history. It's Main Street and Wall Street, and everyone on Main Street is going to have a slice of Wall Street. And I think that by families, children being able to look on their phone, look at their accounts every day, see the underlying stocks in the indices, it's going to be a low-cost, broadly distributed index, so it will capture all the great companies in America. And there's going to be natural curiosity. The states, Treasury, we're all going to do a big amount of financial literacy, and I think it's going to be a game changer.
Well, it's very exciting stuff, and I think there's so much to look forward to on this front. And maybe this statement has never been said before, but Americans this year can actually look forward to tax season. Thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill, the American people will have refunds totaling nearly $100 billion more than last year. Yep. So lay that out for us. What's the math there? How does that work out?
It's going to be very exciting for mostly working Americans, but it was the president's signature policies: no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans if you buy an American car. Those are all retroactive to January 1st. I'm also the IRS commissioner. We did not give guidance on changing withholding, so people kept paying at the old rate. And you know, we started filing season very early because we want people to get in there and get their refunds. Could be up to $1,000 extra per working person in working households. The other thing to do is I want to remind everyone, change your withholding and you will get a real wage increase automatically for the rest of 2026. I was with the president at a beautiful diner restaurant out in Iowa, and the wait staff there was just, this is a game changer for us. I keep saying we set the table in 2025 now. This is the banquet or the feast in 2026. The other very powerful part of the bill is for working Americans, everything we just talked about. On the other side, for corporations and businesses, the president's policies of energy security, tax certainty, and most importantly, deregulation.
Well, just to zoom out globally for a moment, you've also talked a lot about, been pretty vocal about Greenland. That was kind of the talk of Davos, I think, for a lot of people. Anything you want to update us on?
What I could tell you, your viewers, is that the Europeans just kind of lost it for no good reason. So when the president didn't come out and say that he ruled out the taking Greenland by force, everyone at Davos was kind of shaking. Oh my God, he's going to invade Greenland. Of course he was never going to invade Greenland. But it's very strategically important, us being able to have substantial defense capabilities there. And I'm not making a prediction. I'm hoping it never happens. But if there were a kinetic war between US, China, all the missiles come over Greenland. So it is of strategic importance. And presidents for 150 years have wanted Greenland. So I think talks are moving very good place. The president has made it very clear we need permanence.
Just to wrap up here, AI is something that I think we all have had a lot of good and bad thoughts about. Estimates are that AI resulted in around 55,000 layoffs last year. So what would your message be to the American workforce who might be concerned that their job one day will be taken over by AI or robots, essentially?
Look, I think AI is important. We're increasing productivity. But the other thing it does is it increases corporate profitability. So corporate profitability goes up, then hiring will go up. We had a major credit card company in here the other day who said, like for customer service, we're going to use AI a lot more, but all those employees are going to be moved over into our travel section. I think it's very important to be trained up and to have AI skills, and AI is just a tool like everything else. Change can always be disconcerting, but I do believe that it will not result in substantial layoffs. It may result, like with that credit card company, in reallocations.
We just passed the 1-year mark of this president back in the White House. It seems like you have not stopped. I don't know if your feet have actually hit the ground. It just seems like you've been going a million miles an hour.
Well, look, it's tough keeping up with the president. That we were out in Iowa. He did a great rally out there, and I rode with him from there. And he looked at me and goes, "Scott, are you glad you did it?" And I said, "Sir, you've saved the country. It's an honor to serve with you. And we've only got 4 years. I don't want to stop." And that when you get the call, "Scott, did I wake you up?" "No, sir. I'm always awake at 1:52 on a Tuesday morning." It's just him driving the bus, and you want to do the best for him and for the American people.